Oh, hi there, students. Hey, it's Wednesday the 12th here in my garage making you a YouTube video. Today I am going to have you do the review, the whole unit review that we would have done to get ready for the test. And now you're not going to take a test for this unit, just so you know. Not while I'm out. I wouldn't give a test while I'm out. But so I'm actually going to use this video as a time to go over some of the problems that are on the test that you would have taken. And then you can use these ideas to do this Polygon unit review. And if you can do all the problems on the worksheet today, then you have satisfactorily finished this unit. And so tomorrow we'll begin reviewing for the final exam. But anyway, let's go through. I'm going to kind of zoom through a bunch of examples. If you want to take notes, you could pause the video and copy this diagram. But and there's no instructions, but the instructions say that these two shaded diagrams are regular polygons, and then everything else is not a regular polygon. And we're supposed to find these 5 angles using all the properties of angles that we know. And I'm going to do them in alphabetical order. So let's start with angle A here. Now this is a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6-sided shape, a hexagon. And so if I'm going to find angle A, but I know that it's a regular hexagon, then I could do 180 times 6 minus 2 divided by 6. You can do that math and you'll get 120 degrees. So A is 120, and now I'm going to find B. And at first glance, it seems like maybe there's not enough information to find B, but remember that this is a regular hexagon. So if A is 120, then this angle here is also 120. And we can see that B is a linear pair with that angle. B is also an exterior angle for the polygon. So either way, we could calculate that B is 180 minus 120, or 60 degrees. Okay, so now let's find angle C. I think in order to find angle C, we got to acknowledge that this is a regular pentagon. And so if I do 180 times 5 minus 3 and divide that by 5, I get 108 degrees. This is a 108 degree angle. This is a 120 degree angle as previously calculated. And together that makes 228. And so C is everything that's left over, right? So C is would be 360 minus 228, which, can I do this in my head? That would be 132 degrees. C is 132 degrees. I should have done this before I started, so bear with me, students. Let me just make sure, because I make mistakes sometimes. Yeah, 132. Okay, so we've got A, B, C done. Now let's find D. Notice that there's parallel lines here. Parallel lines, hopefully you remember, lead to lots of different properties. For instance, same side interior angles are congruent. And so that means that even though I don't really need to find this, I know that this angle that I'll mark in red here is 120 degrees because, of course, this is a 60-degree angle, and that means these are supplementary. But then, did you notice that D is also a same side interior angle with that? And so D is also, just like B, is 60 degrees using same side interior angles. Now, finally, I need to find E. And I think, let's see here, I got to think about this for a second. In order to find E, if I could find this angle here, I think that E would be the supplement to that. They would add to 180. And since I know that D is 60, I could find that angle there by a little bit of figuring stuff out here. So what I have to do is remember that this is also 120. 120 and 120 is 240. So that means this angle here is also 120. All 3 of these angles are 120. And then I have this quadrilateral here, right? And quadrilaterals, the angles in a quadrilateral would add up to 360. And I know 3 of the 4 angles, 120, 132, and 51. 120, 132, and 51 makes 303. Did I do that right? Yeah, 303. And so what's left over is 57 degrees. All right. So now I have enough information to find E, because D is 60. This angle here that I just calculated is 57. Together, that makes 117. And then finally, there's this angle, and that angle is 63 degrees, because this is a linear set. So I used all of that information to figure out that that's a 63-degree angle, which means that E is the supplement to that. So guess what? E is 117 degrees. So there's a lot of work that went into that one. That's definitely the challenge. You'll find a similar problem on the worksheet for today. This is another problem from the test, and this uses the properties of mid-segments. I hope that you found that to be successful yesterday. And you're just supposed to find each of the letters. So I'm going to do A last, actually, because the angles are pretty easy. Remember that the mid-segment is parallel to the top and the bottom in a trapezoid. I know it's a mid-segment because these are midpoints. And so if it's parallel, then these W and this 55-degree angle are they're same side interior angles. So I could just do 180 minus 55, and I get 125. Yeah, that's right. So W is 125. Y is also 55, right? Because that's a corresponding angle with this angle down here. It's also a linear pair with W. And X would be, well, this would be 120, just using the 60. So X is also 120. Those three are pretty easy. And then I know that that the mid segment is the average of the top and the bottom. So I could do 46 plus A divided by 2, and that would equal 31. So let's solve it. Times 2 to each side. So that means 46 plus A equals 62. And if you subtract 46, that means A would equal 16. So A is 16 units in length. There's, I think, a similar problem on the worksheet. Let's keep going. I got 2 more to do. On the test, it actually says on this one, find the length of the mid-segment. And that's not a length, that's a variable. So we actually have to solve for t first. And so we're going to use that same property we just looked at. If we do 16t plus 10 divided by 2 equals 12t, let's solve for t. So I'm going to multiply by 2. You know what? No, let's not multiply by 2. It's easier if we just divide everything on this side by 2. So let's forget that. 16 divided by 2 is 8. And 10 divided by 2 is 5. And then if you subtract 8t from each side, okay, that t, there we go. We get 5 equals 4t. Not 40, but 4 times t. And then when we divide by 4, you get t equals 5 quarters, or we could convert that to a decimal, 1.25. Either way, it's a fraction. 5 quarters, but the length of the mid-segment is 12 times 5 quarters, or 12 times 1.25, and that would be 12 divided by 4 is 3, so it's 15, right? So the length of the mid-segment is 15 units. And then that means we could also find the length of this one. It would be 16 times 5/4, and that would be 20. And that makes sense, right? Because 20 plus 10 is 30, divided by 2 is 15. And then the last thing I wanted to talk to you about today is just this problem is on your worksheet. And I just wanted to give you a hint that this 2 inches, it says that the width of the window frame is 2 inches. That doesn't matter. That actually doesn't matter at all for finding these angles. All you really need to think about if you're going to find, remember that these are all regular, or not regular, these are all equilateral, oh my gosh, what's the word I'm looking for? Isosceles trapezoids, which means these sides are the same and these angles are the same and these sides are parallel. So if you could find this angle here, then you can find B. And if you can find B, you can find A. All right, so good luck today. Have a great Wednesday, and I'll see you tomorrow when we start reviewing for the final exam. See you later. Bye-bye.